Young Turks now has audio, the TYT Audio Network, podcasts of some of your favorite shows and new shows, including one with Nina Turner, former Ohio State Senator. She's going to do We the People with Nina Turner, talking about equality and justice and seeing that through the eyes of regular Americans who are affected by politics and policy. Everybody check it out at tyt.com/audio.
ICE just launched a $2.4 million contract with a data surveillance company that will ostensibly wiretap and follow the social media accounts and mobile or internet doings of anyone they feel that ICE would be surveilling. And this could be very widespread, actually. I mean, under the current rules, it could be anyone they suspect is doing any kind of illegal activity, which includes being here without documentation. ICE, speaking on this, did confirm that they were, saying during the course of conducting criminal investigations, ICE Homeland Security Investigations special agents gather evidentiary documents and electronic data containing transactional and non-transactional telecommunications and internet protocol IP records. This exploitation analysis and linking of these records can be a key component of a successful criminal investigation. Some people have clearly seen issues with this being so widespread and being applicable to a lot of people. Julian Sanchez talked about this. He's from the Cato Institute of Privacy and Surveillance. One obvious use that an immigration agency might want to do with that information is when you have a fugitive or some specific person you want to track, you can track and arrest them. But he goes on to say that this can be exploited, saying, for example, one of the things we know that ICE is interested in is trying to assign gang membership based on both the judgment of local police departments and social connections, which we know is often not super accurate. Connections and patterns can exist without someone being a member of a gang. For example, a little while back, several toddlers were mistakenly identified as gang members based on these kinds of analytics. And this is happening beyond just this particular company, which is called Penlink. I mean, we've seen Donald Trump say, these illegal immigrants are animals, but I mean only MS-13. But I'm saying I'm accusing people of being an MS-13 that have no evidence to support that they are.
Right.
So this could be a major issue.
So it's not unusual for a government agency to abuse their surveillance powers and indiscriminately surveil people who are completely innocent. So that was a huge story back in 2012 with the NSA. That's the reason why Edward Snowden can't come back to the country, because he was the whistleblower who essentially let everyone know that the NSA is indiscriminately spying on people. And the argument was, well, this is in the name of national security. Now, ICE is gonna have similar powers, widespread powers, under the guise of, hey, we need to prosecute undocumented immigrants, people who are in the country illegally.
I mean, there is precedent for them doing this before with authorizing a stingray to find someone who had illegal reentry into the US, but a stingray can pick up the information of a lot of people. And so could this information relating to cell phone towers, relating to collecting data. This has to be a question that people ask themselves, which is, are you comfortable with ICE trawling through a lot of people's data in order to find someone whose only crime may be that they want to find work?
Or that they are seeking refuge.
Or that they, haven't even done anything.
Right.
Well, I mean, and even if you grant the fact that they're in the country illegally or whatever ICE's agenda may be, I think Anna made the point I was going to about Edward Snowden, which is that in essence, you've seen abuses of the NSA and associated surveillance techniques in the past. And then you've seen here on TYT many abuses and aggression on the part of law enforcement. And you put that together and you've seen, even in the case of ICE, abuses and oftentimes flimsy reasons and motives to do certain things. So you take that and put it all together with an ability to surveil at will. I think it's a real witch's brew of trouble. I'm really troubled by the surveillance stuff because it comes so effortlessly now with the new technologies, and it's a real opportunity for police and law enforcement abuse.
One of my concerns, it actually goes further than, this is my privacy, I don't want you checking in on me when I've done nothing wrong, which, by the way, by by itself, that's a huge issue. But remember, we're dealing with an administration that is headed by a man who is thin-skinned, egotistical, and likes to take punitive action against those who criticize him. And just based on the way protesters were treated on Inauguration Day, I mean, people, look, there were certainly people who destroyed property, and those people should be prosecuted. There were a lot of people rounded up, including journalists, who did not do anything wrong, right? They were peacefully protesting, or they were working as journalists, and they got rounded up and detained. So if we're living in a world where we have an administration who takes those types of actions, what do you think the government would do with information about you that could be embarrassing, right? And you're thinking about joining a protest, or you're thinking about assembling and speaking out, or speaking truth to power. If you want to challenge the Trump administration and they have this ability to surveil you in any way that they want, that is problematic. That could have severe ramifications to our freedoms, to our First Amendment rights. That's what I'm concerned about.
That's exactly it. It's government aggression in this new technological space where they can do a lot of damage. And Anna's right. All of us don't want to have our just phones opened up and then have the government cobble together whatever case they want. And these are constellations that they look for of phone numbers and of conversations right now. But again, overly aggressive state will take that ability and take it to another level. It's very dangerous. And look, we have systems in place in this country. You can get a warrant. You can get a judge to hear the reasons you need to surveil someone. To give ICE open powers in this area is scary.
It really is. And this is the definition of big government. I mean, we have conversations about conservatives who are concerned about big government on a regular basis. This is big government. And it has nothing to do with abortion. It has nothing to do with all the moral issues. It has everything to do with government, expanding its power and violating our rights against unreasonable searches and seizures.
2 easy ways to follow the Young Turks. One is hit the subscribe button down below. Then you're a TYT subscriber. And second is ring the bell. And when you do that on YouTube, you're notified of our videos.